Yo, what's up guys, I'm the Fire King, and today I have our TE Season 2 Week Number 1 matchup. And we're here to defend our championship because we are the reigning defending champions of the TE. We won Season 1, we're here to win Season 2. Try to get back-to-back championships. So we got to start Week Number 1 with a W. But it's going to be hard because we go today against my good buddy that goes by the name of Ladios Azuro. He's coach of the Philadelphia P.Froakies. He's a very, very good opponent. And before I get into anything, the usual quick shout outs. Quick shout out to my good buddy the OP Jellicent and Bill Standish, who've been doing my thumbnails for me. I will leave their links down below. Make sure to go check them out. Super cool guys. And let's get into the matchup. A really quick breakdown of my team. I got a M.Victnis. It's a mix set, so it's a mixed teeny set, holding the charcoal with like blue flare, T-Bolt, V-Create, U-turn, physically defensive Mega Venusaur with Giga Drain, Sludge Bombs, Hidden Power Fire Synthesis. Lando, physically defensive, holding the leftovers with EQ, Knockoff, Superpower, Rock Slide. I got a Greninja. He's also a mixed Greninja, holding the Expert Belt. And then I got my Registeel, specially defensive, with the leftovers with like EQ, Seismic Tox, T-Wave, and Rocks. Hitmontop, which is physically defensive, also holding the leftovers with like Close Combat, Mach Punch, Toxic, and Rapid Spin. And then Ladios Azuro over here, he brought his Cinccino, his Porygon 2, Togekiss, Azumarill, Mega Scizor, and Tapu Koko. And let's get into this matchup. I thought he was going to lead off with Cinccino, so I'm going to lead off with my Hitmontop, as he leads off with this Azumarill. And we lead off with Hitmontop, get an Intimidate drop. And I'm going to switch out because I don't want to, I think he's going to go for a Belly Dance, or a Belly Drum, sorry. And there you go, he goes for the Belly Drum. But, so here we're just going to Mega Evolve, and we're just going to go for Sludge Bomb. We go for the Sludge Bomb and we knock out the Azumarill. So right off the bat, we're up 6-5. Here I go on to Hitmontop on the Porygon 2. He goes for a Tri-Attack. It does a good amount to me. Like here I went, as you see, I went for the Toxic. But the reason I went for the Toxic and not for like Mach Punch or Close Combat is because I thought he was going to switch out. And I thought honestly he was going to switch out to Togekiss. So if he would have switched out to Togekiss or the Tapu Koko, they would have been Toxic. He would have switched out to Cinccino because, like I said, I'm a fighting type. And so that's why I went for the Toxic. And if he switched into Mega Scizor, I wasn't scared of Mega Scizor because I could switch in M.Victnis or my Mega Venusaur or Lando. So I wasn't scared if he went into Mega Scizor on my incoming Toxic. But he stays in here. And well, I got him Toxic, which is not bad. But here he knocks me out with the Psychic. So here I'm just going to go on to M.Victnis and hit this thing with the Blue Flare. M.Victnis hits the field, the Captain. Go for a Blue Flare, does 55% to him. Here he goes for a Tri-Attack. And here I'm going to click Blue Flare and knock this thing out as he takes Toxic damage. So I go for the Blue Flare and I miss. I'm like, no, M.Victnis! And here he goes for a Tri-Attack. And he gets the freeze on me. And M.Victnis could have knocked out the Porygon, but I missed the Blue Flare. But you know what? It's M.Victnis that missed it, so we'll forgive M.Victnis because he's the captain. He's the heart, the soul, the blood of the team. And I'm frozen now. Knowing my luck, I'm not going to thaw out anytime soon. I go for another Blue Flare, I miss. Well, I'm frozen. And I'm frozen again. And here he's just going to knock me out with the Tri-Attack. And then in hindsight 2020, I should have just gone for the V-Create instead of going for the second Blue Flare, but I didn't want to drop my speed stat, so that's why I went for the Blue Flare. And here he just knocks me out. We could have been up. Right there. And here I go for the Skull and just knock out the Porygon. And here he goes on to Tapu Koko, this big old threat. And I'm just going to switch into Registeel, which is especially defensive to take on this Tapu Koko. This thing's a huge threat. Here he goes for Hidden Power. It's not very effective on me. Here I believe I just click Seismic Toss, if I'm not mistaken. As he goes for a T-Bolt. Does a good amount to me. And he shows his Life Orb. So here I go for a Seismic Toss. I do a good amount to him. I get leftover recoveries. And here he goes for the Roost, as I go for an EQ. And that does a good amount to him. 55%. I'll take it. And here I just went for a Seismic Toss on his incoming Togekiss. Does a good amount to him. And if I'm not mistaken, here I'm just going to set up my rocks, if I'm not mistaken. Here he goes for an air slash. He doesn't get the flinch. I go for the T-wave, sorry. And next turn, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go for my rocks, just to start getting chip damage on his mons every time he switches in and out. Here he gets fully para. I go for my rocks. And now I'm just going to click Seismic Toss. As he gets fully para again, that's 2 times. I go for my Seismic Toss. And get a little bit of leftover recoveries. Here he gets fully parried again. That's 3 times in a row he gets fully parried. That miss, the Victini missing the blue flare, and his 3 parries, you know, obviously didn't equal out. Here he goes for an air slash. He doesn't get the flinch. I knock him out with the Seismic Toss. And now we're up 4-3. And here he goes on to his Cinchino, and I'm just switching on to my Lando, because I could take anything this thing wants to do. Again, an Intimidate drop as he goes for a knockoff, knocking off my leftovers. And here I'm just going to click EQ. I do have Superpower, but EQ will knock him out. And if he switches out, EQ does more damage to the Scizor and the Tapu Koko than Superpower will. Now I'm going to click EQ, knock out the Cinchino. And here he goes on to his Tapu Koko. I'm just going to switch out to my Registeel. On his incoming no, he can't go for a T-Bolt. Oh, he did go for a T-Bolt. He predicted me to switch out, because Registeel has been my switch into Tapu Koko all game. And here he goes for another T-Bolt. He's almost dead because of his Life Orb. I go for a Seismic Toss, knocking out Tapu Koko. And we're in a good position here. We're up 4-1. As he goes into his Mega Scizor. And here I'm just going to switch out, because I am playing, at this point, you know, I want to win, and I want to win by a good differential. So here I switch out my Registeel, go on to Lando, get an Intimidate drop. As he goes for the Brutal Swing, I eat it up. I'm going to click EQ. Well, first he goes for the Priority Bullet Punch. I eat it up. I go for an EQ. Does 26% to him. And here I'm just going to switch on to Mega Venusaur, because I can take anything this thing wants to do to me. Plus I do have Hidden Power Fire. So here he goes for a Bullet Punch. Does 12% to me, which is nothing. I go for Hidden Power Fire. Does 65% to him. Another one will knock him out. I outspeed him. I go for another Hidden Power Fire, and I knock him out. And that is GG to my good buddy Latios Azuro. And the Minnesota Victinis pick up a nice win, 4-0 in Week 1 of the TE Season 2. And we were the last game to, we were the last matchup for Week number 1. And with our 4-0 win, we finished Week number 1 as the first place team in the league with our 0-1 record and a +4 differential. So we're in first place. We're in first place in the league after Week 1. That's where we want to be. That's where we want to stay at. Because, like I said, we're here to defend our championship. And right there, Mega Venusaur picked up 2 kills. Took out the Azumarill, the Mega Scizor. Greninja took out Porygon 2. Registeel picked up 2 kills. Took out the Togekiss, the Tapu Koko. Lando took out Cinchino. And like I said, a nice 4-0 win for us. And this was a good week for us, because we won our PWC match. And we won our TE match, so a good week for the Minnesota Victinis this week. But here in the TE, I'm happy with the team I got. I got basically all my go-to mons. I think like 8 out of the 11 were my go-to mons. And like I said, GG to my good buddy Latios Azumarill. Who do we face? I'm not sure who we face next weekend or next week. I don't remember from the top of my head. If I'm not mistaken, we go up against the Wormadans. So, like I said, we gotta keep winning. And I think that's about it. I'm happy with this result. And with that said, I will see you guys next time. Later.